And you know that moment, right? The moment where your brain goes, oh, no, 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 no. That's not what I look like. That can't be right. Ugh! You don't have to love every picture of yourself. You're allowed to want a better angle. You're allowed to want your body to change. Neutrality is the bridge, being neutral. It's moving from an emotional judgment to a factual observation. Don't erase yourself from your own history while you're waiting to be perfect. Your life is happening right now. You're listening to the Set Point Science podcast, where we learn the science behind midlife weight loss that feels safer, steadier, and more sustainable. I'm your host, Cheri Alberts, founder of Set Point Science and creator of Set Point Restore, where we take a very different approach to weight loss through regulation, not punishment. On today's episode, we're talking about one of those moments that can feel small on the outside, but can hit so hard on the inside. This past weekend, my husband and I went to see Ali Wong here in El Paso. She's a comedian, and it was a hilarious show. But we were sitting there before the show started, and I wanted to take a picture of us because it was a fun night out. I wanted to remember it. So I took the picture, and then I looked at it. And you know that moment, right? The moment where your brain goes, oh, no, 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 no. That's not what I look like. That can't be right. Ugh! Not to be dramatic, but it was like my brain was just like, emergency alarm. I saw the angle, I saw my chin, I saw the version of myself that I didn't think was me. And immediately I wanted to do over that photo. I thought about it for a minute. I asked my husband to take another one. But this time I made him hold the camera farther away because apparently my very sophisticated strategy was maybe if the phone is farther away from my face, my chin will behave. The second picture was a little bit better. I liked it more. I felt a little bit less activated by it. But that moment stayed with me for a while because it's such a specific experience. I've heard it from so many people and I experience it as well. You can be having this great night, laughing, you can be living your actual life, enjoying it. And then one photo can suddenly make your brain go, wait, is that what I look like? For so many women, especially when we're in a season where our body has changed, that moment can turn into self-loathing really quickly. So today we're talking about that moment, not from fake body positivity and not from that just love yourself thing, but from a much more honest place, because you don't have to love every picture of yourself. You're allowed to want a better angle. You're allowed to want your body to change, but you don't have to hate the woman in the picture. And you don't have to erase yourself from your own life while you're still in progress. This is related to what happened this past week because a woman inside my Restore program asked me a question that I think so many women will recognize immediately. She said, how do I soften self-loathing when I see pictures of my current body? I try to avoid being in pictures, but that's obviously impossible. So because of my Ali Wong moment last weekend, I knew exactly what she was talking about. Sometimes you're having a completely normal day, feeling okay in your body, living your life, laughing with your kids, out with your husband, and then someone takes a picture. Suddenly your brain goes, oh, that's what I look like? And the whole mood changes. I've been coaching on this particular moment for years, especially since my own journey, gaining weight after my twin pregnancy and through my cancer journey with hormonal blockers. This has come up for my clients and myself constantly. My goal today is to offer you some new thoughts you can choose when you're looking at photos and going through your daily life. And actually, something even more raw happened just yesterday, that perfectly illustrates why we need these new thoughts. So I was at an event at my kids' school, and one of my daughter's friends looked at me and asked point blank, "Are you pregnant?" Now, for most of us in this midlife weight loss journey, that is the ultimate emergency alarm. It's the comment we fear the most, especially from a stranger maybe. It's the thing that usually sends us spiraling into a week of restriction and shame. And honestly, for a split second, it crushed my spirit. But here's the thing. I actually caught that moment on video. And when I went back and I rewatched it, once I was out of my head and out of my, my nervous system had settled, I saw something in the video that I didn't expect. I saw a glimmer in the girl's eye. She wasn't actually judging me like my brain told me was happening. She wasn't thinking, oh, Cheri looks like she's gained weight. She was genuinely kind of excited. To her, a new baby is like the coolest thing in the world, maybe. She had no idea that she was insulting me because she wasn't looking at me through a lens of too much or not enough. She was just looking at me with pure, neutral curiosity and maybe even some excitement. Her observation was joyful. My reaction was the only part that was painful. It reminded me that our self-loathing isn't usually about the body itself. It's about the meaning we've practiced giving to the shape of our body. So like when strangers have asked me the same question, this has happened many times in the last several years. It's the same idea. They're asking with a different intention in mind. I'm the one that shifts it. So with that in mind, I want to walk you through a quick mental exercise. It's called Two Women. So if you're watching the video version of this on YouTube, for some of the things I'm talking about today, you're going to see the images on the screen that I've had AI create for me. But if you're just listening in your car or on a walk, stay with me. I'm going to try to paint this image for you. So we're going to imagine two photos side by side. In the first photo, there is present day you. Okay, maybe you're on vacation, out to dinner, at the Ali Wong show, or you just caught a glimpse of yourself in the gym mirror. You're in that sort of in-between stage or the beginner stage where maybe you haven't lost weight yet, or you're working on it, or you're just feeling a little bit softer or heavier than you'd prefer. So then there's the second photo, and that's goal you. Either the version of yourself that you're working towards, or maybe it's a version from the past that you're trying to get back to. Now, be honest. When you look at the first photo of yourself today, what's the first thing that your brain whispers? We're talking about the photo that's you right now. So usually your brain gives you a snap judgment. Ugh, she really let herself go, or I can't believe my stomach looks like this. Or we have this high-speed default setting of self-loathing. And I want to tell you something that might surprise you. I want you to actually let that reaction be okay. Don't panic because you had a negative thought. That's just a practiced habit neurologically. So right now, we're not trying to force ourselves into toxic positivity. We're not trying to jump to all the way to, oh my God, I love this photo. I look perfect. Why? Because that's actually what we call cognitive dissonance. If you don't actually like the photo, trying to lie to your brain and force yourself to love it just creates a stressful push-pull inside your nervous system. It actually makes the self-loathing worse because now you're frustrated with your body and you're frustrated that you can't just love yourself like the internet tells you to. Listen to me. It's okay to be dissatisfied. Let that be okay. It's okay to want your body to change, whether that's for your health, your longevity, or purely for vanity, because you want to feel amazing in a pair of jeans. All those are valid reasons. All of that is allowed. We don't have to love where we are to be kind to ourselves while we're here. So what I'm saying is we're hitting the pause button and we're just gonna let this try to soak in here. I am not asking you to love the way you look right now. See, in the world of body positivity, there's a lot of pressure to look at a photo that you hate and force yourself to say, I'm a goddess and I love every curve that I have. But for most of us, if we're in a season where we're carrying extra weight, that thought feels like a flat out lie. And when you try to force a thought you don't believe, you create more cognitive dissonance. Your nervous system detects that lie and it actually triggers a stress response. You end up feeling more agitated, not less. What's the answer here? It's neutrality. Neutrality is the bridge, being neutral. Neutrality isn't about being happy with your reflection. It's about being honest without being mean. It's moving from an emotional judgment to a factual observation. Think of it like this. So imagine you're looking at a car that needs a new engine. You don't have to look at the car and say, oh, I love that this car isn't running like it used to. That would be fake. But you also don't have to say, this car is a disgusting failure and it's never going to get fixed. No, neutrality is you just saying, this is a car that is currently in the shop. It's in a phase of repair. Now, to be crystal clear, I'm not saying you're broken with this analogy, like the car maybe, right? Your body is actually a miracle of engineering that has protected you through every single season so far. But if you feel like your engine, your metabolism, your energy, your health is in the shop for a tune-up, that's okay. That's normal. You can acknowledge the repair phase of your body without hating the vehicle. So that's what we're doing with your body today. We're going to move from judgment of I look disgusting in this photo to neutrality. This is what my body looks like at this weight. We're moving from judgment of I've ruined all my progress to neutrality. I'm currently in a season of transition. When you aim for neutrality, you stop that self-loathing alarm from going off. You lower the cortisol in your body. You regulate your system again. You don't have to like the photo to respect the woman in it. You can be completely dissatisfied with your current size and still be 100% committed to treating yourself with basic human decency, like you would for your best friend, maybe who's going through the same thing, right? Neutrality gives you that breathing room to actually do the work of weight loss without that constant friction of hating yourself through the process. We're not looking for love and perfection today. We're looking for peaceful observation. Now let's play with time for a second. Let's say this goal you is 2027 you, 2027 Cheri, we'll say. She's reached her goal weight, she's toned, her clothes are fitting how she wants to. She feels like she's reached that finish line and she's no longer has weight as an issue. Now I want you to imagine that future version of you looking back at today you, 2026 you, the one in the photo that you're currently cringing at, the one you want to crop out or delete or just not take pictures of. When future you, who's got this all figured out, when she looks back at current you, what do you think she sees when she looks at that picture? Here, I'll tell you what she thinks. She thinks that you are an absolute badass. And here's why. The goal version of you, that future version of you, you have it easy. By the time you reach 2027 or whenever you get to your goal weight, the habits are on autopilot. The momentum is doing the heavy lifting now. But the woman in the picture today, the one you're looking at right now, the one whose body you're in right now, she is the one doing the hard part. She's putting in the effort when her body feels uncomfortable and heavy. She's the one showing up to do the mental and physical work when the reward hasn't even shown up yet. The woman in the photo you're hating or disgusted with or whatever, she's the one with the true strength. Goal you is just the beneficiary of the work, but the current you is the warrior. She's brave enough to be seen in the in-between. She's brave enough to be a work in progress in a world that only rewards that after photo. So when you look in the mirror today, I want you to stop looking for perfection and self-love. Instead, start looking for the woman who is gritty enough to stay in the arena while she's still transforming. That's where the real power lives. Now, I want to take you on a little trip. Let's do another time exercise. So let's fast forward 30 or 40 years. You're 90 years old now. You're sitting in your favorite chair. Maybe your hair is silver. Your skin tells the story of every laugh, every worry you've ever had. And your body is maybe a bit more frail. You've reached that beautiful sacred season where life is starting to slow down. You're scrolling through your old phone, your old digital archives, because apparently we're still going to be tethered to Apple accounts in the year 2060. And then you find it. You find that one photo from when you went to the Ali Wong show with your husband in 2026, the one we were just talking about, the one you almost deleted, the one where you whispered into your head, "Oh, I look huge," and then you shoved the phone back in your purse. So what does 90-year-old you say when she sees that woman? I tell you what she doesn't say. She doesn't lean in to look at the chin angle. She doesn't squint to see how flat her stomach was or if her arms were toned back then. She just gasps and says, "Oh, look how vibrant life was. Look at that spark in my eyes. Look how happy I was. Look at all the things that were ahead of me." And I remember that night with my husband. It was so fun and we were so happy just to be out of the house. To your 90-year-old self, that version of you, the one you're currently being so mean to, is a masterpiece, that woman. She doesn't care about the extra 50 pounds. She cares that you were there. She's proud of the woman who just kept trying, kept going, who cared enough about her future to stay in the game, and who was brave enough to go out and have a night of laughter even when she didn't feel perfect yet. When you look at that photo, you have a choice in what you're documenting. Are you documenting a flaw when you look at it, or are you documenting your life? If you delete the photo, or if you refuse to even be in a photo, you're not just hiding your body, you're erasing the memory. You're robbing your future self of the chance to look back and say, "I was there and I was living." Don't let a temporary judgment of your in-progress body steal a permanent memory from the woman you're becoming. Would you rather look back and remember the laughter or remember the loathing? Choose the laughter. Interestingly, I learned one of my favorite lessons on this topic from my husband. When we first met, he was a salsa dancing instructor on the side, and he had this unstoppable posture. Shoulders back, chest open, total confidence. He used to tell his students at the time, because we talked about this a lot, mostly women who were nervous about getting on the dance floor, that you have to stand like a dancer before you feel like one. Because honestly, who wants to see a dancer hunched over and scared like they're trying to hide? You want to see someone who owns the music, who owns the floor. I've had to fight this posture myself after carrying the twins, the radiation, the surgeries, the hormonal treatments. It all made me feel like I was a stranger in my own skin. My body changed drastically without my permission. So I had to make a conscious daily decision to be proud of what this body has survived. That's brave work, and brave work deserves a brave stance. And I know you have similar brave things that you've had to go through in your life too. So I want you to imagine two versions of the exact same woman walking down a busy street. Version A. Her shoulders are rolled forward, her eyes are glued to the sidewalk. She's trying to be as small as possible. She's waiting until she's at her goal to deserve to be seen. Version B, same weight, same clothes, same day, but her shoulders are back. Her head is up. She is taking up her rightful space in the world. Nothing changed about her weight, but the energy shift is so obvious. Version B isn't condoning her weight or saying she doesn't want to change. She's simply refusing to be ashamed of her current existence. And then here's the set point science behind this. When you slouch and hide, you're physically signaling to your nervous system that you're in danger, that you're less than, or that you're under threat. You're keeping yourself in a state of mild stress. But when you stand up straight, you actually change your internal chemistry. You release dopamine. You signal safety. It's not about being attractive to a stranger on the street or performing for a camera. It's not about the external stuff. It's about the biofeedback internally that you're giving to your own heart. You're telling your brain, I'm here, I'm doing the work, and I'm not hiding while I do it. They don't have to know what's going on in your journey. They can't understand it anyway. You're the one that knows. So show it. Now, I want to challenge you right now. Let's do an exercise together if you're not driving. If you're at home, go to a mirror. Do this the second you get out of the car if you are driving, okay? So stand in front of that mirror and just notice the default for yourself, or catch yourself when you're walking by sometime. Notice the slouch, the rounded shoulders, the hiding posture. Now do what my husband taught those dancers. Pull your shoulders back. Imagine a string pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Lift your chin a bit. Look at the difference in the woman staring back at you. You don't have to lose weight to be her. You don't have to look at her and say, I love my body exactly as it is. Because if that feels like a lie, we're not going to say it. It's not going to be useful. We aren't doing fake it till you make it. We're doing neutrality. Neutrality is the bridge that gets us from loathing to peace. Now, if your brain starts yelling, but look at my stomach or look at my chin, that's normal. It's okay. But I want you to have a menu of neutral thoughts that are ready to go for you. So I'm going to give you some now, and you just sort of pick the one that feels like a relief, or pick a few of them. Maybe you write these down and you put them as sticky notes on your mirror or something, just so you can practice for a little while. So here's a few thoughts. Number one, this is my in-progress body. It's the vessel getting me to the next version of me. Okay. My worth is not a variable that changes based on my weight. I am currently a woman who is learning to regulate her nervous system. This body has survived 100% of my hardest days. It's allowed to be tired. I don't have to condone my weight to respect my existence. This is just a data point in a very long story. It isn't the ending. I can want to change and still be kind to the woman that I am today. My body is an instrument for my life, not just an ornament for others to look at. I am here. I am taking up space. That is my right. So to the woman in Restore who asked that question, stop avoiding the pictures. I mean it. Get in the frame. If you can't stand to look at the photo yet, that's okay. Just take the picture, let it sit in your phone. Don't even scroll back to it. Just save it for that 90-year-old version of you. She's going to be so dang grateful that you stayed in the frame. She isn't going to see a chin problem. She's going to see the woman she used to be, laughing at a comedy show, living her life. Don't erase yourself from your own history while you're waiting to be perfect. Perfection is a moving target anyway, but your life is happening right now. So be the badass that shows up anyway. Stand up straight, take the photo, and remember, you are doing the hard work that the future version of you will get to enjoy. You got this. All right. If this episode helped you soften that voice a little bit of self-loathing, I'd love to hear from you. Find me on social media and let me know about it at Setpoint Science, or come join us inside the Restore community, which is my coaching membership at setpointscience.com/restore. It is open now for anyone to join. And if you'd like to dig into this deeper, to find out more about how to lose weight more calmly and permanently, you can grab my passive weight loss course. It's a short video series, but it also has transcripts under each video that you can download. You could just click them, and then you can read it instead of watching if you'd like. Get that at setpointscience.com/passive. Remember, permanent weight loss is about regulation, not punishment. Until next time, you're not broken, you're in progress. And progress is a badass look on you. Chin up, shoulders back. See you in the next episode.